Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1 of the Accelerate Your Freedom podcast with your host, Jonathan Montoya. Now, this is something I've been wanting to do since I started my online business in 2019. However, I've been busy building my email list, building my YouTube channel, and of course, building my online courses. Now, I've always wanted to do this because I have so much insights on how I can help you quit your 9-to-5 job. And this is going to be more of like more in-depth content that I can give you. And this is something that you can listen to while you're, driving to your job or whatever it is. So I remember when I was trying to quit my 9-to-5 job and I was, essentially quote unquote wasting my time driving to work, 30 minutes every single day, I would put on a podcast like this. So the purpose of this podcast is to, 1, give you the mindset you need to be able to quit your 9-to-5 job, and 2, give you the tactics you need to be able to do that. Now, of course, I have thousands of YouTube videos that show you tactics, on the screen. However, I wanted to create this podcast. That way you can actually listen to this and get your mind right and learn the skills that you need to be able to quit your 9-to-5 job. So it's going to be a different type of content that I usually do on YouTube. So I'm actually really excited about this. I'm going to go super in depth on, certain topics, certain mindsets, certain tactics. And of course, I'm going to be bringing on experts as well. So this is not just going to be a solo cast type podcast. It's also going to be, where I bring on experts, things like that. So I'm really excited about the Accelerate Your Freedom podcast. This first episode is going to feature one of my really good friends, Jamil, and he actually comes on and he interviews me on how I went from negative $1,200 in my bank to building a multi-million-dollar business in just a few years. So super excited. I'm going to cut to that and we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much.
I'm here with my good friend, Jonathan Montoya.
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is your house.
Yeah, but it's your podcast, man. I'm excited to be here.
Fair enough. So I figured we'll give him a little rundown of how we know each other, just to establish a connection. I think it was our good friend David.
David
Atencio. We met at, was it a party or was it at the
I
gym?
believe it was at Noah's party. It was at their house. It was like game night.
Yes.
And yeah, man, it was a good time. And since then we've been gym buddies and we've been hanging out, and now we're doing podcasts together. So yeah, it's been like faith-based relationship. Now it's like gym relationship, and then now we're going into like business, and now we can help each other out. So yeah, man, it's been cool. Like we haven't known each other that long, but we've already connected. So
Sure. I mean, anyone who makes it through a grueling deadlift session together, I think they've earned a good bond.
Yeah. We call it the alpha session, right?
Oh, yeah.
We go and do deadlifts until we can't walk. So
yep. If you're walking out of there, you didn't do enough.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So.
Sweet. So go ahead and give the people a little rundown of what you do. What's a day-to-day, like, how would you describe what you do?
Yeah. So life has changed a ton, man. So before I did this, so what I do is I promote other people's products. It's called affiliate marketing. So essentially, this is how I was able to leave my electrical engineering job. Basically, I hated my job and I was like trying to find a way out of my job. So like there was like, I tried cryptocurrency and I had done like Amazon FBA and drop shipping. I had done all these business models, which didn't work for me. I lost thousands of dollars. And that led me into finding affiliate marketing, which was the thing that got me out of my 9-to-5 job. We can go dive deeper into that. But sure. Essentially, you asked me, what do I do day to day? Well, now, essentially, I just create YouTube videos, provide people a lot of value, and then promote products. That's the easiest way. Now, the cool thing is I promote other people's products, which has allowed me to leverage my time and be able to essentially promote, like, at this point, like 50 to 60 different products that pay me every single month. So my business does, at this point, we're doing $100,000, $200,000 a month, depending on the month. And that's predictable income that I've been able to build, since I started this and back in 2019. So that's the gist of it. Obviously, we can go deep into that, but essentially, I promote other people's products, affiliate marketing. So yeah.
Sweet. One thing you said, so you got like an empire, you got some employees kind of thing. Like, tell me what that looks like.
Yeah. So at first it was just me, which was pretty cool because I was working 9-to-5 job. I was working 50 hours as an engineer. And the cool thing about this business is you don't have to worry about creating a product. You don't have to worry about the customer service. You don't have to worry about refunds. None of that. All you have to do is get people to buy someone else's product. So at first it was just me. Now I do have a team. I have people that edit my YouTube videos. I have people that run my email support. I have people that do my editing, my YouTube thumbnails. Like we have about 8 people full time. So it's pretty cool that I have a full team now. But at first I like pretty much the first 2 years it was just me.
Dude, that's awesome to go from like kind of the American dream, kind of go from nothing to, well, maybe not nothing. You worked 50 hours. You were an engineer.
I was
50 hours a week.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, that I actually went negative $1,200 in my bank account. This was May of 2019. I still have the screenshot. But basically, I was telling you I had tried all these business models, right? So I was spending money on like drop shipping and cryptocurrency. Long story short, I lost a lot of money and I ended up being negative in the bank. So essentially I did start from nothing. And so it's funny. So
less than nothing.
So in the screenshot, it was negative 1,200. And then 5 days later, I posted my first YouTube video, May 15th, 2019. And since then, basically since that day, it took me 9 months to quit my 9-to-5 job, which for me, I mean, I needed at least $10,000 a month, at least so I can quit. And I was able to achieve that with pretty much free YouTube videos that I created.
Wow. So, so less than 10 months, you were making 10K a month.
Yeah, I had to make at least 10K a month. And I actually did it within 6 months, but I wanted to make sure it was predictable.
Yeah,
every single
consistent.
month. Yeah, because I had a good job. You know, I had a decent paying job, and then I had insurance. You know, obviously that all goes away when you start your own business. So I had to make sure I was predictable. You know, I was doing this and it was predictable income, not just like a one-time thing that maybe I got lucky or whatever it was, you know. So
one good month.
Yeah, I quit everything. But yeah, since then, man, you know, I quit my job in March of 2020, right before the pandemic, which was crazy. But, you know, I hit my $10,000 a month and 20, 30, 40. Our biggest month was actually 500,000, but that's because we had a big internet or a course launch. And that was part of the reason. But yeah, we essentially do about at least 100 to 200,000 a month.
That's the average.
Yeah.
Month. Yeah. How long did it take from that first 10K a month to what you said, 500,000 a month?
Yeah, the 500K was, I believe it was March of 2021.
So like a year
ago. Yeah. The reason why is because we had a big launch.
Okay.
So I basically launched my own course on how to do this. So, yeah, that's
you went from promoting other people's stuff to then also releasing a course.
Yeah. And one of the things that I did was I had my own affiliates promoting mine. So we had at one point like 10,000 affiliates promoting my program.
Wow.
We've actually paid out over $2 million in commission. So it's been cool because I was able to create a program that then I can help people now get out of their jobs. I can pay them. And it's been fun, man. It's been a journey for sure. We've done a lot since I quit my job, but yeah, it's been good.
That's great. Well, I mean, you said right before COVID. So
yeah,
what was that? Were you like, I've made a mistake? Like I did the wrong thing. Like
so
what happened when COVID
it was crazy, man. I'm glad you asked that because, what happened was, so I quit my job basically 2 weeks before everything got shut down. So it was like March 3rd or something. And everything got shut down about 2 weeks later. And so what happened was everything was shut down. And I was like, I literally just quit my job. But it was crazy. My boss called me like literally 2 weeks after. And he's like, hey, you can come back. We're still busy. You can work from home. We'll double your pay. And I was like,
tempting.
That is tempting. But I had tried so hard to leave my job, man. Like it was like, I'm done with this. I hated traveling 2 hours every day from work. Didn't have time with my family. I just had my daughter was just born as our first child. And I was just sick of it. Like I didn't want to do that. I hate listening to people like at a job, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell them no, and I'm going to go all in with this. And yeah, since then, man, we haven't stopped. The momentum has been insane. So it's a great decision. It was a blessing for sure. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool to be able to go through that because of, the pandemic. I would say even helped us because a lot of people were looking to make money online. They're at home watching videos. So I doubled down on like creating TikToks, creating YouTube videos, I built my following even more. So
Sure.
yeah, man.
Dude, I love that because you were tempted. Like there was an opportunity for you to slide backwards or turn back when adversity hit, and you doubled down. I mean, that takes a lot of confidence, especially because I mean, I don't think anyone was prepared for COVID. And I mean, there's still so much that we're like, I don't know what the right thing to do is, the right way to go about it. So like, that's so cool to me. Like you had the confidence to say, I'm on this path. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. And it showed that was the right decision.
Yeah. I mean, I believed in what I was doing. I knew if I stuck to my guns, and I knew if I just kept doing it, then I would just eventually grow. Right. And that's the cool thing about this business, man. Like it's all about leverage. So a lot of people will trade their time for money. And I did that for years. I've always done that. But when you start doing things that leverage your time, that's when everything changes. Like literally your whole paradigm of how you look at things will change. So for example, you can go, I can go do, I could go I can go cut my grass. It takes a couple hours, right? Cool. I'll save $30-$40. Or I could spend that 2 hours, create a YouTube video, and potentially get thousands, 100,000, millions of views. That's going to leverage that 1 hour of time. And then from that YouTube video, I can then get ad revenue, sponsorships. And then in my case, I teach affiliate marketing. So I create YouTube videos to get people to buy my affiliate products, which I didn't create. So I don't have to spend time doing that. So I'm all about leverage, man. So basically I can spend an hour or two creating a YouTube video that will then pay me thousands. Obviously some videos may not pay me that much. Some videos crush it. I like my highest paid video that has made me, one video made me about 50,000. So course sales, affiliate, commissions, and then like 5,000 ad revenue. So some videos do more than others. Sure. But what I'm trying to say is leveraging your time is a game changer. Like that's what separates, like a 9-to-5 or someone running this business, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. I did personal training for quite a while, and it was a passion of mine. But it's the worst business model because it's literally time for money. Yep. It's time for money. And you can only train so many people. Like you can leverage a little bit in doing like group classes, like everybody pays and it's a group. But I mean, even then it's like there's only so much you can make in that 1 hour or 30 minutes, whatever it is. And I was like, this is killing me. And you're like bending over backwards for other people's schedules, especially in the beginning. So that's a game changer.
Well, the cool thing about this business is, and what I teach is essentially building your following. So like if you were a fitness trainer, and I actually did do fitness like 4 years ago, I had a fitness following. And what we did to scale that was we had a online like fitness course. We charged like $30 a month. And again, leverage. We could, doesn't matter if we had 10 people or 100,000 people.
It's still the one course.
We spent the time to build the course, leveraged our time, and then, we put it together. And, at that point we were able to grow it. Now that business, we did okay. We got about 300 people to sign up paying monthly, which was pretty good. That was actually my first run at like doing an online course. Was
this at the beginning of this business, or this was like in the past?
This was beginning of 2018.
Okay, so just before.
Yeah, it's called the Lions Pack. It's still active. People still pay for it. So I mean, it's still paying me.
You're still making some money.
Still making some money. But and we haven't touched that thing. Like but it was my stepping stone to the digital marketing game. Totally. And doing that. So yeah, man.
Dude, well, since we've been talking about it so much, let's break it down. Like, so tell me about this. I know you do this all the time. You have these courses. So I think the thing you said was, I'm going to show you how to get 4 million. Like, do your thing. Do the thing. Start it off.
So we've gone from 0 to 4 million. But there's phases that you go through. Okay. First thing you got to do, if you're just starting out, okay, let's just say you don't have an email list, you don't have a following, you don't have a product, you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're busy. So how the heck do you get into this, right? Okay. First things first, you got to find an affiliate product to promote. Okay. So an affiliate product could be something like on Amazon, right? You can go to Amazon, apply for their affiliate program. And essentially, let's just say your mom wants to buy a TV, right? Well, you can send her a link to go buy that TV. If she buys it through your affiliate link, you get a credit, right? Mm-hmm. So if the TV is $500, you may get 10%, you'll make $50. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So that's a physical product. What I do more specifically is I promote digital products. The reason being is because there's more commissions on a digital product, and they're higher price point. So for example, I have a course that costs about $1,500 because there's a big value point to it. Right? I'm teaching people how to leave their jobs, and I'm showing them how to potentially make a 7-figure income, right? So people will pay a high ticket to learn something, right?
Yeah.
People pay $200,000 to go to college and don't have anything to show for it, right?
100%.
So essentially it's a big value point, right? So I teach my students to promote digital high ticket products. So it could be a cryptocurrency course for $3,000. It could be a real estate course, right? People want to learn Airbnb. They'll pay $5,000 to learn that, right?
Sure.
So it's like, okay, well, I don't have time or I don't have the knowledge to build that. Okay, we'll go partner with someone that already has a course, right? So let's just say you want to promote this Airbnb course that costs $3,000. Cool. I apply to become an affiliate, and I might get 50%. So you make a sale and make $1,500. At that point, it becomes very easy to make $10,000 a month. You just need about 8 to 10 people to buy it.
Sure.
Is that making sense?
Yeah. So then real quick.
Yeah.
So from that spot, you don't know anything. You've decided, okay, I'm going to go apply it for this affiliate program.
Got to find a product. Yeah.
And so you found the product, you applied. They're like, okay, we're going to take you on. So at that point, what is it? You spamming people? Like, what are you doing to get those sales?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So there's a few different things, right? So you can spam people. I definitely don't recommend it because again, we want to be able to build this business for the long term. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can send people directly to that link. You can create social media videos where it's like, hey, there's this new course that teaches you how to start Airbnb. It's super easy. Check it out on the link below. Okay. So basically you can send people directly to that link and make money. Now, I don't teach that way. What I teach is to build a long-term sustainable business. Remember I mentioned that I wanted to quit my job, but I wanted to make sure it was predictable every single month. And I'll tell you how that's possible. That's with building your own email list. Okay. So basically you can make about $1 per email per month on your list. So let's just say you need $10,000 a month to quit your job. So based on what I just said, how many people would you need on your email list to quit?
You said you get about $1 an email.
Yeah.
So if you had 10,000
people, so
you're good to go.
Like, okay. So now what you want to do? Okay. So you have your product. Okay. You got your product. What you want to do is create an opt-in page where you can collect someone's information that then goes to your email list. So, okay. So picture this. Okay. So you're sending someone, instead of sending someone directly to the course link, you're sending them to your opt-in page to then collect the email. And then from there, you send them to the affiliate link.
You stick it right in between. Like, hey, you want to learn this thing real quick?
Yes.
Opt into my email.
Yes.
Or give me your information.
Yes.
In a nicer way of saying it.
Now, the next question is, well, why would someone give me their information? Right? Why would they do that? So
why would I give you
why would you do that? Right? So what you can do is you can create something called a lead magnet. So again, if you're promoting this course on Airbnb, you can go and create maybe like this checklist, right? Top 10 Airbnb markets to buy Airbnbs, right? You can go and create that and then give that out for free. So let's just say, you create this YouTube video. It's like, hey, by the way, I have this free checklist that explains or that shows you the top 10 destinations or the top 10 cities to build an Airbnb business. Boom. But you need to give me your email and name. And then from there, it's like, oh, here's this course, $3,000. Now, if you really want to learn, go buy this program. Yeah. But it all makes sense, right? You're building this lead magnet, this actual valuable thing that people want to opt in for, right? So now you're not spamming because people actually want that thing. I'll give you another example. So I started Airbnb business last year. Okay. I wasn't sure what type of furniture I should buy. So I was watching this guy on YouTube. I don't know if you've heard of Raw Build, maybe.
I have not. Raw Build.
Okay.
Pretty popular
Airbnb guy. But basically, I was like, okay, I don't know what type of furniture I should buy. And so in his YouTube video, he was like, hey, I have a list of 100 like furniture items and bathroom items that you can literally just go copy and paste. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So he sent me to his opt-in page. I was like, yeah, I definitely want that. That's going to save me so much time. Right. I got I entered my name and email. I got the spreadsheet. And then from there, he was like, hey, by the way, you can buy this course that teaches Airbnb. So I ended up buying this course for like $3,000. Right. So, but he gave me that free lead magnet to get started. So let's go back to the steps. So step one, we got to find a product.
Okay.
Step two, we got to start building our email list. So create this opt-in page that gives someone a free lead magnet. And then step three, we just got to send traffic to it. So with traffic, you can go either the paid route or the free route. The free route is by creating content. So TikToks, YouTube videos, anything free, blogs, things like that. Paid traffic are things like YouTube ads, Facebook ads, where you control it. The only thing with that is you have to pay for it, right?
Right.
So now you're paying, let's just say it cost 10 cents a click, right? So if you want 1,000 people to click on your link, that's going to be whatever that is, what, $100 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
So, at that point, it's a numbers game. We get 100 people to go to our page. It just
break even, or
right. So, that's, you got to kind of figure out the numbers there. But we can kind of stop there and break it down. Like, I just want to make sure it's making sense.
No, totally. Yeah. So you found the product.
And
now the goal is to get traffic to it, and you can either do it the free way or the paid way,
right,
which is, individual, if it works for you or if it's beneficial or not. Right.
Right. Exactly. And then of course you want to be able, instead of sending people directly from,
you need the lead magnet.
You want, to your opt-in page, which has the lead magnet. Yes.
Sure.
So essentially, it would work like this. So let's just say I make this Instagram story video, right? Hey guys, I know you guys are interested in learning Airbnb, but I have this really cool checklist that shows you the top 10 cities to build an Airbnb business. Go check the link in my Instagram bio. That's going to give you access to this free checklist. Cool. So then they go to page number 1, which is the opt-in page with the headline that says, enter your name and email, and I'm going to give you my free checklist. Boom. Sure. Enter their name and email. Okay. That's the first page. Second page, I call it the bridge page. So this page is like, hey, the checklist is on its way to your email. By the way, check out this video down below. So this is where I can start selling. So this is where I'm like, hey guys, thank you so much for opting in, and the checklist is on its way. By the way, I know you're interested in learning Airbnb. I have this really cool course that my mentor has taught thousands of people. Remember, we're promoting someone else's product.
Yep.
On the next page, he's going to show you exactly how to get started. Just click the link below. Boom, they click the link. They go to the third page, but from there, you then send them to the affiliate offer.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It's so like seamless. Like I can see someone just like one click turns into 5 clicks, like so quick, because it's just throw in an email real fast, watch a video. Like it doesn't, at least as you're explaining it doesn't feel like you're dragging your feet or being like pulled through a bunch of stuff. Like it feels pretty natural.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing, man. It's like, it's called a bridge page for a reason, because what happens is, like, if you, let's just say you're making an Instagram post and then randomly you send them to someone else's page, they're like, wait, there's a disconnect here. So what you need to do is like, hey, I'm sending you to my mentor's page, or I found this thing, right? Because they trust you. Sure. They don't trust this other guy yet.
Yeah, there's no rapport there.
You have to kind of like, bridge them into the next offer. So yeah, man, that's it. It's pretty simple. A lot of people make it harder than it is, but I've been doing this for, almost 4 years? Yeah. And we just keep growing and growing, man, because all we're doing is growing the following, growing the email list. And as that grows, the income continues to grow. So, I think we're on path to hit 7 figures per month. Not soon, but kind of soon.
And this is the, what, 8 of you, 9 of you, or this is like you specifically? Like you're seeing these numbers or divvied up?
So my business, it all comes to me and then I pay out my employees.
Right.
I don't have partners or anything, if that's what you're asking. I just have employees.
No, yeah, the business comes in.
Right. But it's not really much overhead, because first of all, my team they're from the Philippines, so we pay them anywhere from $3 to $5 an hour, which is good for them. That's actually a really good income for people in the Philippines. They're actually very, very smart people. They're not entrepreneur based people, but they're very loyal. As long as you treat them right and, take care of them, like they're going to take care of you. But what I'm saying is I don't have much overhead because I pay my team, but then I have a few softwares that I use. Other than that, man, like all my content's free. Now we do run paid ads now because now money's coming in.
It works free.
Now it's like, now let's scale this thing. Let's run some YouTube ads. Let's run some Facebook ads. Last year, we actually did spend about $100K in YouTube ads last year, which ROI'd
total, like for the whole year.
Yeah, and we ROI'd about 500,000. Built our email list even more, which builds our YouTube channel even more. It becomes a snowball effect.
Every name on that email list, $5. Yeah.
Well, here's the cool thing, man. So everything I explained is just like that's just a part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't mention the email part of things, right? So obviously, not everyone's going to buy the product.
Right.
But now you have their email. Now you can market multiple products.
Sure.
It's like, hey, I know you didn't want to, or maybe you weren't interested in this product. Check out this other product on Airbnb. Maybe it's a cheaper product. Maybe it's a $7 challenge or something like that. So now you have this email list. Okay. And now you can promote different products. As long as it's in the same niche, they're interested in that thing, right?
There's a reason they ended up there in the first place.
Yeah, you can't just promote something random, right? But yeah, man, that's where it becomes super powerful because now I have this. So my email list active is about 120,000 people. So it's just a numbers game. I could literally go print money right now if I wanted to. Get on my computer, send an email to a product that I found, and virtually print money. So it's pretty cool, man. And
that's power. That's a powerful.
It's leverage. And I wish people understood that. It took a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
But once you get the ball rolling, man, it's like you can make a lot of money.
Well, dude, so let's see. You technically started like 2018 because you did the fitness course. That was kind of the first like leg into going online. Then 2019 is when you quit your job and all that. So that's not that long ago, and it seems like you've learned a lot.
So if you really want to go back, I've actually been doing things since like 2011, 2012. Because remember I told you I had done like
over a decade.
I met MLMs, I've done this and that. Now, granted, I didn't like go all in with them. I was just at that point, my mindset was like get rich quick.
Sure.
And I wouldn't go all in. My mindset wasn't right. So yeah, essentially, I've tried a lot of things, man. But when I started affiliate marketing, at that point, I had been through so many failures that I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to switch my mindset. I need to do this the right way, and I need to, like I said, before I would just try to get rich quick. Whereas this, I'm like, I'm going to take this like an actual business.
Yeah. And
that's why people fail, man, is because they're like, oh, well, I just want to make money because they see me making money. They think they can replicate it quickly, but it's like, there's a lot of things I've learned. There's a lot of skills that I've, had to learn to get where I am now, if that makes sense. So
no, totally. Man, I can't remember where it was probably on some YouTube short or like an Instagram thing, but the guy was talking about like back in the day when there was slavery, a lot of the times it was to pay off a debt that person owed to maybe a family or whatever. And so they would work that off, but pretty commonplace was they would stay on working past their debt that they had owed because they were getting consistent money. And it was like a comfort thing. They're like, hey, I know I'm going to get money here. They treat me nice. Yeah. I'm just going to stay on here. And so then you take that sort of model where like, okay, I know I'm going to get some money. They treat me okay. I can live off this. I don't have to like go figure out what to do with my life. And you apply that to now. And I'm like, that looks like a lot of 9-to-5s, like it's pretty much slavery. They're like,
it is,
we're going to pay you this much. You're going to stay here. And people are shackled to their jobs. It feels like.
Yeah. I mean, it's just been, it's the norm now, right? Like your parents probably told you need to grow up, graduate high school, go to college, get a good job. You'll retire at 60, 65 years old, and then you can enjoy your life. It's kind of depressing,
man,
if you really think about it. Well, let me tell you a story, man. So when I got my job as an engineer, I was pretty excited. I was happy. It wasn't easy getting that degree. So I was happy. I was blessed, God blessed me with a good job. But one thing that really it was like the thing that pushed me to do this was this guy named Fred. Okay. Every single day he would walk into the office and he would like scream in the cubicles. He'd be like 329 days, 328 days every single day. So basically that was the days he was counting down until he retires. So he was like 64. I think he had to be 65 to retire. So I talked to him one day. I was like, he's a really cool guy, by the way, Christian dude. I was like, hey Fred, like what are you gonna do, man? Like what's your plans? He's like, man, my wife and I we're gonna retire. We're gonna go to Hawaii. And we're gonna live our life, and we're gonna, and I was like, that sounds depressing. like oh man, like he worked so hard, and like I'm sure he still has a lot of life left for sure, but I didn't want that. Like I was 20.
You don't want to wait till 65 to do that.
Yeah, and I was 23 at the moment, 24.
So you're like,
I was like, yeah. So at that point, that's when I went like on my journey to learn things, to learn the skills. Failed a lot, man. I bought many courses. I've probably spent about, at this point, $200,000 in courses, mentors, masterminds.
Wow.
Now that's more recent. Now that I've made more money, I've been able to invest in higher ticket courses, masterminds to help me. But before I was making money, I probably spent about $40,000. So I still spent a lot.
Sure.
To learn the skills. But for me, I was young. You could always make more money, man. Money is one of those things that it's like, if you lose it, you can make it back.
Sure. Well, and it should have a purpose. I feel like, if I spend that money for, and it's going to either bring me more knowledge or bring me a new skill or something like that I can use in this way,
right,
it's probably worth it, as opposed to like, how many pairs of shoes did someone buy?
Exactly.
Or like how many meals, fast food meals, it's like you enjoyed for 30 minutes and then, it didn't bring you any.
Right. And it's all about, we did, when we went through that time, we would spend way less on things we really didn't need. We would cook more at home. We would do meal preps. We're very frugal.
Sure.
And we're still frugal. I mean, obviously we have a nice house now and we have nice things, but like, that's because we did the sucky things at first. Right. But yeah, man, it's been a journey for sure. I think a lot of people maybe see my success now and they maybe thought I got it easier. It wasn't. It was a lot of heartache, a lot of nights where one thing I didn't mention was I actually got up at 3:30 every morning before my job. So I would wake up at 3:30 and create a YouTube video every single day.
Wow. And
I had to leave work for 7. So yeah, that's
a long
grind,
day,
man. It was very long, and I still went to the gym and I was still working. And hey, we even had a meal prep business locally here.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard of Conquer Fitness Meal Prep.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, we were actually ranked number 1 on Google for a while.
Dude, and so that's not happening anymore?
No, I was making too much of my online business. I was like, I gotta shut this down.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could hire someone else.
Well, we were trying to sell it, but that's when like my online business was just blowing up.
It didn't make sense.
Yeah, we still have the website. We could probably still sell it, but again, where can I leverage my time more, right?
Exactly. So, yeah, that's a much better problem to have. It's like, do I keep this business or instead of like I hate my job, I hate my life.
Yeah, it's been good, man. God's been good to us, which is cool because now we can make more, or we've been able to make more. So I've been able to tithe more to my church and give more to certain charities, and my church gives a lot to a lot of these ministries in town and even outside of town over the world. And for me, it's like I can use I believe God gave me a gift of making money. Maybe I'm not the one to go and do like a mission trip, but I can fund it.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think more, people with good intentions need to make more money. Like entrepreneurship to me is like, it's a duty at this point because I need to make more to give more, right? Not just for myself. So,
well, you've been faithful with little, so you've been entrusted with more, and it shows. I agree. People who are more well-intentioned, like you said, they've been faithful with the little, can be trusted with the more, and not just they're not going to be like a sleaze or like whatever. Yeah. But I think the Lord sees that intention, and and like you said, you've been able to give more fun trips. Like it's not just about going everywhere, you know, like there's need here, and there's also other facets of that. Like, hey, how can I support the people that are going? Like you said, there's other aspects to it. So I think that's really cool. It's a cool mindset.
Yeah, it's been good. And now it's like, hey, how can I help my family out now? How could I help my friends out? How can I help them make more so they can make an impact? And, you know, it's kind of a ripple effect. But yeah, it's been good, man.
Dude, that your story, it totally reminds me. I remember when I was working at a law firm. It was probably like the worst, dude. It was like I worked there for 3 years, and I remember towards the end of the third year, the only way I can describe it is I felt like I was falling asleep, and I was about to wake up 10 years later. Wow. Like, where did my life go? Like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And I was doing my taxes. I like, it's a law firm. There's plenty of smart people there. They have a whole accounting department. So I went and I met with this guy. We're running over, getting my taxes done. And either he just like sensed that I wasn't into it, or like maybe he himself wasn't like super happy with what he was doing. We were kind of on that path of like, you know, doing what you care about. And I remember we were mid conversation, and he just like looks me in the face. And this stuff was like really chilling for like, what was I, 18-year-old, 19-year-old. And he's like, here's the deal, man. You're either going to work the rest of your life to make someone else's dream come true.
Yeah.
Or yours.
Right.
And he probably said it in a way that was cooler. He's a really mature guy, but I just sat there and I was like, I literally got chills, because I was like, I'm literally spending my entire life making my boss's dream come true. Like their baby that they brought from nothing, I'm making that come true for them. And I was like, you can either work for yourself or work for someone else. And so it really sounds like you got out of that, dude.
Yeah. And it was, like I said, it was, you know, it's a lot of work to be able to get out of your job. It's not like something that happens overnight. But,
totally.
But yeah, I mean, if you set the expectations high and you're consistent and you do the work, man, like you'll be able to get out. Now, I had a good framework. I had good mentors. I invested in courses. So, you know, I had a good path. I just stuck with it. You know, I was consistent. Because building, you know, any following or building a business it's not easy. You have to be consistent with it. You're going to fail. You're not going to get views at first. It's a slow process, but if you can kind of just tell yourself, you know, I just need to do this. I just need to keep doing it. I'm going to get better at it. I'm eventually going to grow this thing. Then you'll be able to get through it. So yeah, man. But
dude, that's great.
Yeah, it's good, man. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve, I'm not like this crazy, like, rich person or whatever, but like, we're very, very comfortable now. And it's like, I've been able to really change the trajectory of my life because of that, you know? So it's been good.
Yeah. It's an awesome opportunity, and it doesn't feel like you're squandering it. Like, you're taking care of your family, you're tithing more, you're helping other people do the same thing. You know, so there's a lot of people would take that opportunity and just hoard it all for themselves. Be like, I'm never going to share any of this knowledge. Exactly. Like, no one needs to know, because if they know, then it's not special or whatever.
Right.
So no, it was the right choice to entrust you with more. You're doing a good thing.
Yeah, man. So yeah, now it's like, okay, how can I grow my following even more? How can I scale this thing and just continue growing, man? I love what I do. It's fun, man. I love even getting on podcasts. I love talking about my story, and hopefully I can inspire other people to take action, even if it's not building an affiliate marketing business. Again, affiliate marketing is just one vehicle. There's so many businesses you can start. I just love affiliate marketing because you don't need to build a product. That holds people back from starting a business is creating the product. Yeah. So that solves that problem. Now it's like, all I got to do is just get people there.
Someone else already made the product.
Yeah.
Someone already has something that's desirable.
Yep.
I'll just
promote it. Yeah. And then eventually you can build your own course if you want, or build your own products because you have that email list now.
Yeah.
So that's where it becomes powerful. That's how I built my course, because I was promoting other people's programs, but I was building my list in the background. Right. Yeah. And then when I built my course, then I had this big email list. I'm like, hey, by the way, I have my own program now.
Sure.
Boom. That's why I was able to launch it and make that huge spike in sales. But yeah, that's another point there. But yeah.
Dude, that's great. Speaking of building a brand, all my millions of followers, go ahead and give them a plug. Say what you're up to right now, where they can find you, where they should look for you at.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. So you can follow me on pretty much any of the platforms. You can go to Facebook, reach out. Just type in Jonathan Montoya. My main channel is YouTube. That's where you're going to find all my free information. I have literally thousands, or at least over 1,000 videos now. It's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, my channel, you can type in Jonathan Montoya, passive income lifestyles. It'll come up right away. Instagram, Jonathan_Montoya24. And then have a Facebook group of about 23,000 people. You just go to 3-day challenge, and basically that's my beginner challenge to get started with affiliate marketing. It's $7, and it gives you all the tools you need to get started. So yeah,
sweet. If you do look them up there, I've ran into this. There are some people scamming or trying to be his page. So if you do end up following his actual page, watch out for people trying to scam. They'll put like an extra like dash or whatever. So
yeah, that's actually a big issue on Instagram. Nowhere, not the other platforms. That's like any influencer, business person is kind of running into that. Hopefully Instagram can get that fixed. But
seriously.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Cool. I'll tag all his stuff at the bottom so you can go find him. And I appreciate you taking your time and sharing some of your knowledge, both in the gym and in life. And
yeah, man.
Dude, it's been nice.
I appreciate you having me on, man. And I'd love to come back sometime. We could talk about something else or whatever, man.
Dude, definitely. We'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Accelerate Your Freedom podcast. I hope you got a ton of value, and my goal is to give you as much skills, as much tactics as possible so you can achieve financial and time freedom. So if you enjoyed this podcast, if you can do me a huge favor and give me a review on this podcast, whether you're on Spotify, Audible, or Apple Podcasts, a 5-star review would be incredible, and I would truly appreciate that. Now, if you're interested in quitting your 9-to-5 job and you want to know step by step exactly how you can get started, I have a free webinar that's going to show you exactly how. Now, I'm going to leave a link somewhere in the show notes that's going to take you directly to that webinar. Or you can go to gimmefreedom.com/silent. So gimme is a GIMME. So gimmefreedom.com/silent. And that's going to show you exactly how you can quit your 9-to-5 job and achieve financial freedom. Exactly what I was able to do when I started my online business back in 2019. So I'll leave that link in the show notes, or go to gimmefreedom.com/silent.